In this video, we are talking about federal sick leave and federal annual leave and how they are treated in retirement. Coming up next. Hey, my name is Mel Stubbs. I'm here on behalf of Retirement Benefits Institute to help give you some good information on federal benefits and planning for a federal retirement. Do us a favor, click the subscribe button so that you can continue to get this good type of information. Today we're talking about federal sick leave and federal annual leave. Now with federal sick leave, this gives you more time served on your pension so that you get a higher monthly pension. Now one thing it does not do is it does not cross you over the threshold to eligibility. So if you need to be MRA plus 30 years, you have to have 30 years of actual service that you worked, and then the sick leave goes on top of that. The sick leave cannot get you to that threshold. You have to get there through actual work, and then the sick leave goes on top. OPM has a sick leave conversion chart to try to figure this out for you. It's a huge chart that covers all 12 months and 30 days. We'll just look at a little snippet of it to show you an example. So, starting off, here is how we determine your actual time for service. Look here. This person's retirement date is scheduled for April 30th, 2021. You can see their service computation date for retirement, May 31st, 1988. When you subtract those out, you're coming up with 32 years, 11 months. On the day side, you'll see there where the 30 days was made 31 days. Don't know why, you just always add an extra day in that case. So we're coming up actual service 32 years, 11 months. That's the number that has to be over the threshold. So just to remind you of those thresholds, MRA, minimum retirement age, and 30 years, or 60 years old with 20 years of service, or 62 years old with 5 years of service. Your actual service has to be above those years. Now we go in to add sick leave. So you'll see in this case how we're adding 2 months and 8 days. Well, where did we get that from? Well, let's look over here on the sick leave conversion chart. So you'll see here the person had 394 hours. And so you find it on the chart there at 2 months and 8 days. So 394 hours converts to 2 months and 8 days. So back over to figuring out your service time, you see there they added in 2 months and 8 days. So now we're coming up with the credible service, 32 years, 13 months, 8 days. Now obviously the 13 months would change over to where it would be 33 years, 1 month, and 8 days. Now, the credible service is what you get paid on. So you do get paid on the sick leave. In this case, you get paid on the years and the months. You don't get paid on days. So if the days add up to less than 30, you don't get paid for them. So of course you know what happens, don't you? You start getting a little bit sick. And so you're going to take some days off because you're not going to waste those days. Here's the problem though. If we go back to the sick leave conversion chart, look there at how much 1 day is. 1 day is about 6 hours. So here's the problem. You take an 8-hour day off, you took 8 hours off. So what you really did is you took off about 1¼ days. So as you are spending these days down, you spend them much faster than you think, and you can shoot yourself in the foot and actually take too many days off. So there's a little extra planning that you need to do when you're trying to figure that out. This is where it can be helpful to work with somebody that understands your benefits and can help you with these calculations to make sure you get the most out of your federal retirement. Now let's talk about annual leave. Annual leave has a cash value. So whatever amount of annual leave hours you have, they multiply it by your hourly rate when you retire, and you get a check for that. Now when you get that check, it's usually pretty big. It also has a lot of taxes that they withhold from it. So do keep that in mind. Now you can only carry forward so much annual leave every year. Here's a chart that shows the 3 different criteria depending on what type of an employee you are. For most people, you can only carry forward 30 days, which equates to about 240 hours. If you carry forward more than that, you will end up losing some of it. Now some people who want to maximize this benefit will carry forward the maximum number of days and then accrue an entire year's worth and then retire right at the end of the year, trying to maximize the amount of unused annual leave they have. This will end up being a very large check, and it comes the next year, which is the next tax year, so that works out well too. So in review, sick leave adds on to your time and you'll get a little bit more money every month because of sick leave. Unused annual leave has a cash value and you will get a check for that. Both of them can be used nicely in your federal retirement. Until next time, I'm Mel Stubbs.